Firstly, my name is Gavin Moriah, Gavin Moriah Jr. 27 years of age, left arm, fast medium bowler. Originally born and raised in Guyana, but moved to Barbados in late 2017, early 2018.
Mhm.
Um, Started my cricket journey in Barbados, playing for Tugboat Park under Carl Moore, then under Julian Moore as coaches. Played for Barbados on the 19, Barbados High on the 19, sorry, alongside Shimmer Hetmeyer. Just to mention one of the names.
The move from Guyana to Barbados, what prompted that move? How did that happen?
That was more family based rather than cricketing.
Mm.
So I knew it would also benefit me cricketing wise because during that time I was playing in Guyana, I made the Demerara senior team at a very young age. I was actually on the 19. I was standby for Guyana on the 19 team,
Yeah.
and the Guyana on the 19 was included in the senior intercounty at that time. But I wasn't a part of the Guyana on 19, so I got picked in the Demerara senior team as
Oh.
the under 19 player.
Mm.
So when I played, I can remember playing a game and Raymond Reefer came out to me and he was like, "You got some talent in you, and like, what's your plans going forward, curriculum wise or whatever?"
Mhm.
And I told him, well, eventually I'll be moving to Barbados soon or whatever. And he told me a few people to get in contact with when I came over here.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just all made sense.
What sort of cricket you started playing there, and what sort of cricket you're playing in Barbados right now? What level of cricket?
When I came here, I started first in the first division for Yorkshire Cricket Club, but I'm currently playing Elite Division right now. But when I started, Yorkshire was not in the Elite Division.
Mm.
So I played one season for them, and then I moved to Elite Club, which is St. Catherine. And I played Elite for 4.5 years, 5 years.
Mm.
And then, yeah, I'm back at Yorkshire Cricket Club now, which are in the Elite Division.
All right. Speaking from experience, I would have played cricket in Barbados. I covered cricket in Barbados, and I know the level of cricket is very high in Barbados. Tell us about the growth in your game as a fast bowler from in Guyana, now in Barbados.
Um, the growth honestly is significant. Coming over here, I learned so much about adapting to situations,
Mm.
adapting to different wickets, mainly because the wickets over here are much quicker and a lot more bouncier than back home. So it actually gives you something to work with. So
Mm.
seeing that coming over here, as a fast bowler, you just want to run in and bowl fast. You get me? And back home, you never get that type of encouragement. Only probably from a few wickets, which was BCC,
Yeah.
on a good day GCC. So um, it made me it made me tell myself, "Man, bowling to better batsman. You gotta learn a different skill set. You gotta do a bit more with the ball. You gotta learn to bowl Yorkers. You gotta get more variations, things like that. Like
What's your favorite cricket memory to date? Your best bowling performance.
best bowling performance today is playing for Yorkshire Cricket Club actually against Gladiola, which at that time was Banks, where it was a 50 over game,
Mm.
and I got 6 for 25 against them.
Mm. All right. Playing
It
in
was
Barbados, yeah, you would have shared dressing rooms with some international players, national players. Tell us some of the guys you played with and some of the guys you played against as well.
um, shared a dressing room with. I played alongside Kevin Stout, Jamel Warrican, a few of the new names, Kevin Wickham, Kadeem Allins, the Nicholas Curtin. Played against Aaron Jones, Carlos Brathwaite,
Mm.
Raymond Rufa, Jason Holder. Um, Most of the big names coming from Barbados, you can think about Shamar Holder, Rashawn Primus, like
Yeah.
all those guys. Like we play against them on a weekly basis, so like
Okay.
it's normal to come up against them.
All right. So in terms of goals you want to set yourself, I know every youth in the Caribbean would want to play for the West Indies, but fortunes favor the brave sometimes. Jofra Archer played for England. He wanted to play for West Indies senior team. But what's
Uh-huh.
your ultimate goal?
As you hit nail on the head. Obviously, everybody goal is to, well, every you coming up on the West Indies goal is to play for the West Indies. But I know that's a process, and for me right now, the way cricket is going, with the way the cricketing world is going, like they got so much franchise cricket to play around the world.
Yeah,
They got so many leagues, so many things that you can make your name from. So honestly, it's just to get into break into one of these franchise league. Just get a chance to showcase my skills and see where that takes me from there.
yeah. In terms of preparation and injury and so on, what sort of preparation you put in as a fast bowler, and what's sort of your injury history, or have you had difficulties with your body as a fast bowler?
Yeah, definitely. So I played, I had a few stints in England playing Premiership Division cricket.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so while my second year in England playing in the Liverpool Prem, I played for a club called Bootle CC.
Mm-hmm.
My second game there, I can remember this vividly. Like my first game, I got a 5 wicket haul and I scored 37. And
Mm-hmm.
my second game, I was 3 overs in. I already had 2 wickets and I was just stepping across the field. And I'm not sure if you're aware, like it's usually England is pretty damp most of the time early up in the season.
Yeah.
So the ground was kind of like skiddy and I slipped and I tore 3 ligaments in my right ankle.
Ooh.
So yeah, it would have me out for a little bit. Honestly speaking, it took a while to get back to being fully fit and being fully comfortable with getting getting back on the court. You
Mhm.
still kind of have that thing in the back of your mind, it's possible that it could happen again, whatever. But yeah. To prepare myself, I do a lot of gym work as um post injury. So after that injury, I started the gym. I started hitting the gym really hard. Um, I do a lot of fitness work in terms of running, in terms of sprinting, like things like that, just to get myself ready or prepared.
That's good. That's good. I think the left arm variation, I think you will have a lot to offer in any team, because I think it's a bit rare to have four left arm fast bowlers in a squad. You don't see that every day. I think that's a good skill to have. In terms of, you said franchise cricket, I'm sure the longer format of the game is your preferred format. What would you say?
Honestly, it isn't. Before, like coming up, I'm not gonna let you. Coming up, it was like
Mhm.
during the under 19, um, in my early 20s, it definitely was. Like I enjoyed playing the red ball game a lot. I love swinging the ball, but as I got introduced a bit more into white ball cricket and like the just the vibe and the feeling from white ball cricket and
Mhm.
like realizing that I learned a particular skill set. Um, Home here in Barbados, well, is my home now. Like I'm known for like that bowling especially.
Yeah.
That's one of my main specialties. So like in T20 cricket, in 50 over cricket, 50 over cricket, I would bowl in the ball, but T20 cricket, I would come in like around 12, 13 overs just to bowl the over. So um definitely the shorter format is a preference now, but I'm still open to the longer format again.
Or who are some of the players you look up to or try to model your game, from?
Players I look up to, definitely Chris Jordan, with his skill set in the white ball. Joe Farch with his Yorker skill set. Mitchell Stark, definitely, no doubts about that.
Mm.
Curtin heroes, can't forget Ambrose, can't forget Walsh. Like these men is who built out our Western cricket. So like these are the men that you look up to definitely.
Yeah. Earlier in the interview, you mentioned about starting or playing cricket for Tugboat Park. I'm sure you know, Tugboat Park recently has been producing fast bowlers for Guyana and the West Indies. Shamar Joseph, Romario Shepherd, Niall Smith is up there. In terms of the female, you had Tremaine Smart. And so tell us about your journey. Go in depth a bit more about your journey. I think you started with Carl Moore. Tell us about some of the things you learned there and some of the things that, it's always in you from Talkboard Park.
Um, the number one thing Mr. Moore always had in us is discipline and fitness. Um, Mr. Moore, I'm not sure if you were around Mr. Moore much, but Mr. Moore is strict individual when it comes to cricket,
Yeah,
strict when it comes to discipline. He does not tolerate nonsense at all. So those are things that stuck with me, and he always used to tell me like, if we want it, we gotta actually work for it. Like it just ain't gonna come, it just ain't gonna be handed to you.
yeah.
So, and something coming up from Mr. Moore moved away while I was still playing for Talkburg, so I had a lot of time on the Julian.
Mm-hmm.
So Julian, one thing that Julian instilled in me, is fitness. Fitness is the key to any athlete, any sportsman. Like being fit is one of the main or most important component of an
Yeah,
athlete journey. So, those are some key things that just stuck with me. So, yeah.
yeah. All right. So we winding down the interview now. In terms of your short-term goals, right? You said franchise cricket. There's a lot of opportunities out there. Initially, let's say it's 2025. Where do you see yourself in 2025, 2026?
That's a very good question. Currently we have a semi-professional tournament which we play in the Caribbean, and I saw it recently started in Guyana as well, the T10
Yes,
franchise.
sir. Mhm.
So I've had two pretty good seasons in that tournament and also T20 seasons here in Barbados.
Mhm.
That, sorry, yeah, I've had two pretty decent seasons in that where my team, we won the first year and we retained our title late last year as well. So I'm hoping that I just continue to do well in that, build my stats, and somebody sees me from there and just gives me the opportunity to just present itself so I could move from there.